If you're a naturally skinny guy like I was, you've probably tried the usual advice: lift heavy, eat big, repeat. But most of that stuff just simply doesn't work. So as a skinny guy, it's very important to make sure you pick the best exercises for you early on, so that you don't waste a lot of time, doing things that are not gonna build you that physique. In my last video, I talked about the difference between training for powerlifting and training to build muscle. Now here are the exercises that definitely help me put on the most muscle as a skinny guy. These exercises are mainly focused on mind-muscle connection and forced progressive overload to give you the best gains in the shortest amount of time. So the first exercise I'm going to talk about in this video is pull-ups. This was an absolute game changer for me in terms of growing my back, my lats, overall my whole upper body, and even my biceps. When I started lifting, I didn't actually touch a lat pull down machine for over like 8 months because I couldn't really afford to go to a conventional gym. So all I had was a pull-up bar and some few bars which I could use around. So I spent most of my time doing pull-ups. This did not only build up my strength because with this movement there is no help, there is no doing half reps or anything. So this not only improved my strength, also gave me a really good amount of development on my lats. I could literally pose in front of a mirror and see my lats from the front. I don't have to turn to the back to see my lats. So when I actually started going to a conventional gym and now incorporating other things like lat pull down machines and things, I already had a wide back. Now all I needed was to build that thickness in my back because I already had developed lats from doing pull-ups. Most people do pull-ups maybe as a warm-up set before they hit back, or they do it at the end of their back workouts, just to burn out. Guys, you can actually do this as a proper exercise, as a primary movement for your back. My biceps also blow up from just the insane amount of tension from pulling yourself up. It also improves your grip strength as well, which translates to your other movements. Take them serious and I promise you're gonna have the widest lats. Guys, the next exercise I'm gonna talk about in this video is the incline dumbbell press. It's 2025, guys. If you're still doing flat bench press, I don't know what to say for you because you're not actually trying to build muscle. If you're still doing flat bench press, your priorities are all wrong. You're trying to get stronger. I'm making this video for people who are trying to build muscle, so listen up. I stopped chasing barbell bench PRs, and all of a sudden my chest finally started growing. We all know that you're supposed to target your upper chest. If you're trying to get a full thick chest, everybody should be hitting their upper chest more, because your lower chest and your mid part of your chest, you hit them conventionally when you're doing other movements. So most guys, especially skinny guys just like me, when I started, as you can see from this picture, I had some development in my lower chest and my upper chest was really lacking. Most skinny guys have this problem. We go into the gym thinking bench press is gonna grow your chest. Guys, it's not. Trust me, take it from me, I did bench press for about 6 months. Once I switched over to incline dumbbell press, my chest absolutely blew up. This is one of the best chest exercises of all time. Another benefit of doing this exercise is it exposes your weaknesses in terms of your arms. With the barbell, you can't tell which arm is stronger, because your stronger arm is gonna take over. So take this exercise very serious. My third exercise that I'm going to talk about is actually one of the most underrated and underappreciated movements in the whole bodybuilding space, and that's going to be the dips. These are an incredibly powerful upper body movement, and when these are done correctly, they can actually build a lot of mass for skinny guys. However, these are often misunderstood and done wrong, especially by beginners who are starting off in the gym. I used to skip these because they felt awkward and hard, and I felt like they're putting a strain on my elbows and things like that. But that was because I was not doing them the proper way. You can actually build your lower chest because there's a deep stretch and a big lower contraction when you lean forward. Your triceps, especially the long head of your triceps, giving your arms that thickness. It also builds your front delts. As you're leaning forward, you're targeting your front delts as well, and it also builds your core and something called your stabilizers, your joints. This is going to benefit you overall, even with other movements, even with other heavier movements. Your joints are going to be developed as well. That's why it's such a good exercise for you. When I go to the gyms, I don't see enough skinny guys and their pull-ups. I feel like everybody wants to just go to the gym, carry around dumbbells, carry around barbells. Nobody actually wants to focus on these movements. That's why they are highly rated by these ex-bodybuilders, these old school bodybuilders. You'd always see them doing their dips, the Ronnie Colemans, the Mike Mensahs, So make sure you incorporate these into your program, and trust me, the change I saw, the amount of muscle I built, you're also gonna notice that change, and it's gonna change your physique drastically. So guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. There are a million different exercises I could talk about, but for this video I decided to focus on these 3 because I feel like they are probably the most underrated exercises. And you know, I don't want to make a video which is generic. You know, I don't want to make a video saying, imagine if I make a video like this and I say do your bicep curls. Like, everybody already does that. So I wanted to make this video because these exercises are very underrated, and as a skinny guy I feel like these are some of the, you know, primary movements you should be focusing on if you want to build muscle. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I upload videos every single week. Hope you skinny guys, you know, build muscle. We're trying to hit 200 subscribers in the near future, so stay tuned for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one.